opportunity for you to open your senses, to perceive with all of your senses what is actually here. You think you see me, and beyond me, you see the trees and a valley and a complex of buildings. That complex of buildings is the birthplace of the atomic bomb, where science has been able to extend out into frequencies that will alter the future of our species, the evolution of our beings. We must learn to travel out there as well, so that we can become the guardians of our future. In the same way that the Native Americans say, you and I are responsible for our 7 generations into the future. And in the time spans of 7 future generations, the entire structure of our bodies could change because of the radioactive byproducts of this experimentation, coupled with the increase of radiation that's coming through the ozone layers onto our planet. Here in this area, there are not only the gamma rays of the solar radiation, but the alpha and the beta rays, which penetrate our bodies to different levels that alter the DNA, the mind of the cell, the source of life, which gives the command to reform each generation in the same body that we ourselves have had. We must become aware of the invisible world, of that radiation that is circulating around us right now, that is moving across the surface of our skin and penetrating to within our bodies. The difficulty with radiation is that it creates, as it bombards the body, as it bombards the cells, what's called free radicals. And these are these traveling entities that bump up against the membranes of the cells and rip them apart, so that as it penetrates within the cell, the very electrons, which are the source of life within the atoms of the cells, become confused about what they are supposed to be doing, so that life itself begins to wobble and come unglued. We can learn to perceive this radiation, to perceive it passing into our bodies, to recognize the free radicals, and to teach the membranes of our cells how to respond, as well as the electrons in the cells to remember who they are. But we have a kind of potential that's available to us that can allow us, through the focus of our consciousness, to penetrate the veil into the invisible worlds, to perceive that radiation, its quality, its kind, its influence on our individual and collective bodies, so that by coming to know radiation, we can align ourselves to this new energy in such a way as to be able to adapt. Radiation is light. We were born to be light beings, to have physical bodies that could perform what we consider miracles now. The capacity to do that or to not do that depends on the quickening of consciousness, so that we can experience realities that are everywhere present around us, so that we can experience dimensions that are right here in simultaneous space with us, for example, the astral dimension, but which functions by different laws than this third-dimensional world. There are living entities that we consider to be lower on our evolutionary ladder, and yet by the very time spans of their existence on this planet have already surmounted the difficulty of radiation. The algae of the sea, which have been here for millions of years, have adapted to radiation. The insects put out an enzyme that protects them from radiation because they are with us on this evolutionary ladder of life. We can tune our consciousness into these different octaves to know, to replicate what other species have learned to do, so that our species can be protected, and can not only be protected, but can utilize this quickening radioactive energy in such a way as to mutate or evolve our species up onto a higher octave of existence that stretches out even into the universe. So let's do an exercise that helps the electrons of the atoms become aware of themselves flowing in these energetic patternings, so that we become the electrons flowing, and we are able to give a strong and clear mandate to the electrons to move in this way. We can teach these electrons to be oblivious to any energies coming from the outside environment, so that no matter what is happening around, the focus of life continues its predestined pattern. Christopher, will you come and we'll draw on Christopher's body the way we're going to send our consciousness in order to accomplish this. We're going to make a large figure 8 that encompasses the entire body by starting here at the base of the spine, the sacrum, and drawing a line of light up over the top of the head, creating a big flip over the top, coming straight down the middle, through the perineum, the legs, up the back, flipping over the front, and down like this. As we follow along, doing this line of white light, we can begin to allow this figure 8 patterning to quicken, to move faster and faster and faster and faster, until we have let go of controlling its speed, but simply are sitting within the energy of this figure 8, moving by its own volition. So let's close our eyes now, thank you, Christopher, and practice that by focusing your attention on the tip of your coccyx, the tip of your tailbone below your sacrum, and start very slowly drawing a line of white light up over the top of your head and making a big loop, coming straight down your front of your body, through your legs, back up the back, flipping over and down, up the back, flipping, down, up the back, flipping, faster and faster, doing it at your own speed. And then move your consciousness into the center of your body and begin to do that figure 8 in a very small space within the center of your body. Faster and faster. Good. As you are in contact with that quiet, whirring, humming sound of your atoms, you are in perfect balance. the kind of balance that allows for no disruption or disintegration of the whole being. This is life itself, endless, infinite, perfect.